will be giving live. Just 1 second. So, thanks a lot. Thank you all for joining and for journeying together in this oneness consciousness. So let me turn on my video, masters. So I do not know what is happening, but each time I was telling to bring back your awareness in that last 1 minute, I start to keep yawning. It's not only today that is happening. It is happening since the beginning of these sessions. The moment I start to speak, it's a different journey. So yeah, some shift. So thanks a lot for being part of this oneness meditation. So what we have listened yesterday is about the Starship. So which they have been speaking about the 35 divisions that there are there in the Starship. And today we will be seeing, and the name of the Starship that they were speaking is Athena, which is the wisest, and it resonates with the higher frequencies. And they address this Starship as a feminine personality. So let us see about the first chamber, which is the commander's bridge. So when everyone think like it's not like a bridge of what we have, what we see in this physical plane. So this bridge is in a oval shape form, and it is in the bottom part, like bottom part of the ship. And they say this oval thing is like a kind of, because the energy goes in a circular form. And this is why they say that the wisest of the beings know about the importance of the circular fashion, that how the energy goes on, so that there are no touch points, there is no linear fashion, that there are leakages in the energy. This is one of the reasons that we have to understand the posture of our meditation as well. When we clasp our hands and when we cross our legs and when we close our eyes, what is happening is also that the circuit is forming, the circle of energy is forming around us. So in this circle of consciousness, when we are receiving the energy, then it enhances, it radiates. That is exactly what Arcturians were also mentioning, that the point of power is within one's consciousness, and it is wisest beings who understand that all energy flows in a circular form. So when one surrounds oneself with this form of energy, the function of this measurement is increased many times over. So this is one of the important reason and one of the important thing that we need to understand, also the posture of our meditation masters. And they say this is the major system. What happens is that it's like a computerized system, and it is in the bottom chamber, and there is no such sort of windows, so that they, with the sense of the telepathic abilities, they are able to see what is happening outside. They use this ship especially to communicate, to come to Earth planet, to communicate with us and to manifest and to work with us. And they say that computer system is also called the hyper propulsion system for its interconnections with the main components of the ship's operating system. And one of the important factor that they have been describing is that it is operated, I will please be cautious, my dear masters. This ship is operated by the power source of crystals. And when they say power source of crystals, here they mention these sort of crystals did not even came to the planet Earth. These crystals come from another planet in many light years away from ours, in a constellation that has not yet been discovered by the Earth scientists. The crystals have a means of attracting and conducting the light energy from the great central sun, and they operate the ship by the means of locomotion and a motion factor. So imagine, my dear friends, this is one of the reason Patriji always mentions that crystal is the king in the mineral kingdom. So when we are meditating with crystal, we should be completely aware of what we are doing and how we are programming, because crystals are intelligent beings that they enhance us, they listen to us, they reciprocate to us. So for example, this is also one of the crystal. This is rose quartz crystal, masters. So what we can observe is that even these crystals needs to be charged. And how these sort of crystals charge is in the sunlight or near the plants or in the complete nature part. However, what I'm trying to say is, if anyone of you have attended today's shadow session, especially in the beginning, Ram has connected to us from Agastya pyramid in Tamil Nadu, and he has showed the Merkaba pyramid. And inside the Merkaba pyramid, there are several crystals which is placed beneath the floor, so that we all meditate and we all get energized in that chamber. It's just the same. So which means we cannot see that these dimensional beings are as different, because everywhere we have the same frequency. However, these beings are having more advanced crystals, which even this sort of planet has not yet been discovered by the scientists of who are on Earth. And always, my dear masters, they attract and they radiate light energy from the great central sun. So please be cautious and please be aware of which sort of crystal you are using. If you are not feeling attracted or if you are not feeling drawn to, do not go to that side. Yeah, as we have discussed, this commander's bridge is in the bottom area of the ship, and it is also because in the design of the vessel that places in the central location, allowing it to draw from all the energy sources of the ship. And majority of the life sources are connected with such sort of system. And now we will see about the reuniting parcel. So how many of the chambers that the ship is having? So when we speak about the reuniting chambers, in this chamber, all of the plans are made for the mission of the ship's crew. And they call it reuniting parcel because Arcturians' mission is to come to Earth to bring enlightenment to their space sisters and brothers. And in order for that manifestation is required, they have to continuously leave the ship and have to manifest on the earth plane. So for that, they also need such sort of reuniting parcel chamber, so that majority of the decisions have been made there. And they say that they also have some certain area reserved for drawing details. And they mention that this area supports all decisions that are made. And here, one of the interesting factors, my dear masters, we will be using a word flexible, because they keep continuously changing their plans and projected activities to accommodate constantly changing conditions on the planet. So what has been understood here? The energy patterns on the planet Earth is totally strange to us, strange to Arcturians, that they cannot immediately understand of what is happening. So that they have to continuously adapt their plans and has to continuously accommodate according to the circumstances and according to the situations that we were having. And for that, the first thing is that adaptability. So what happens for a human? Let's say we have been conditioned so much that make a plan, do this step this way. First comes this part, second comes this part, and go in this direction. Why we have to get frustrated? So here they say flexibility is the key. and therefore they don't get frustrated because that sort of emotion does not exist for them, and they were continuously adapting to the circumstances of our earth planes. So I wanted to give one example, my dear masters. Even myself, if there is any session happening, I wanted to have a plan and I wanted to know what is happening in the session, and I wanted to explain this about one particular session with Master Pradeep, which has happened on the 41st day of enlightenment on Noded sessions at PSSM Faridabad. So Pamni auntie, myself and Madhumita, we have lots of questions and what is happening with Zoom, because even if we do not even know if the Zoom is happening, because our Zoom is only 100 members capacity and we need extra members capacity and the people are not answering. Everything is happening on that particular day itself. And we do not know in which pattern the session is going. And we got so, got a bit more tensed, and we all three were like speaking with each other and what is happening, how we have to address the section, how we have to continue forward. And then we came to a conclusion: let's be flexible, let's go with the flow. That major session have taught us how to be more flexible, how to do our work by ourselves, keep it there. At the same time, when situations are not under our control, we should also needs to be flexible. And this is what exactly they have been mentioning, because when your journey is also being accompanied with another master, my dear masters, once again, try to enhance this adaptability. Don't be like, there is a plan, only we have to go in that situation. This is exactly what Arcturians were mentioning. And they say that their plans and their decisions were continuously being changed because of the situations, because of the energies that are enhancing on planet Earth. And that is the reason why they don't get any sort of frustration. But again, they call this term as adaptability. And they say it is being as flexible as possible. And another section also in this reuniting parcel chamber is for debriefing their crew who journey outward of the Starship. And once they return, they are brought to this location and they must report whatever they have learned here, whatever they have observed on planet Earth. They have to report to their higher masters so that they record each and everything. And here is another interesting aspect. Before I go to that, they mentioned that they record all these things of the journey stored in this area, and they find solutions to such sort of problems by channeling this information into hyper propulsion system. So their ship, once again, my dear masters, their computer system is called the hyper propulsion system. So everything is recorded there, and they also find solutions to the problems by channeling this information into such sort of system. Now, here they store all the record, all such sort of information and the data. And in this thing, they also record all the names with whom they have been communicating. So don't be surprised to see also in their records our names as well, masters, because here that's what they mentioned. Probably we do not remember such sort of information, and that is what they have been clearly mentioning as well. However, in our dream state, we keep going there and we keep working. However, we don't remember. But at the same time, our names with whomever they have communicated, they record all such sort of information in such sort of systems. So this is one thing. Now we will see the remembrance headquarters and why it has been created. So this chamber is something that it reunites the Arcturians with their home star system of Arcturus. And just like we have the roots in certain area, like how we are connected deeply with Mother Earth, they have been also connected with Arcturus. So it is like reuniting. For this reason, like because of having all these sort of chambers, even when they leave their planet and travel to another planet for longer distances or for a longer time, they don't feel any such sort of having like food loss or as if they are far, because in this all these chambers are rejuvenating them. They are trying to manifest everything. So that is why their technology is far more advanced. And these beings who chooses to use this chamber must go through a cleansing of negativity energy before entering the room. What a great steps, masters. When they say this about the meaning of this chamber, I always recollect also from our roots that when someone goes outside and come back to home, our ancestors used to tell like, cleanse your hands, cleanse your legs. First, those are the major things, which the bacteria keeps spreading. And at the same time, after coming to home, cleanse your mind, cleanse your thought patterns. And one of the reason why also at home we lit all these sambrani like dup sticks is also when there is such sort of refreshing smell, that divinity. And even in the temple, if someone have seen, the moment we go to the temple, everything changes. The reason is that we are occupied with such sort of energies. And that is the reason, one of the reason, I mean, if someone has read the book about the Pleiadians, it has also been mentioned that there is a purpose of why we do, we say in Telugu Pradakshina, I do not know in English, we keep rotating across this temple, across this deity, priest, let's say. So there is such sort of meaning for doing this. So when we are rotating in this circle, again, here comes the circular fashion as well, because when we rotate in a circle, the energy enhances. And even in this Pleiadians book, what happens is, for example, let's say my place is there. I keep rotating in this area with the certain positive thoughts. If I do this every day, at least 10 times or 20 times or how much ever I can, the moment I sit in this circle, the moment I enter in this circle, there will be energy. There will be energy that I can go to the deeper and deeper states. So this is why they say that everything we can create by our own. And everything needs a cleansing process, because when they are coming out of their planet and when they are communicating, they do not know also with which sort of energy they have been working. So this is the reason why, my dear masters, even for human beings, don't think the highly evolved persons as well, for everyone, cleansing, detoxing is an important process all the time. That how we are giving importance to these beings as well. How do we charge every month when there is a full moon day? Just like the same, even for our humans, it is very much required. So, and I would like to quickly speak about the energy transformational storage and retrieval area. So this chamber is designed to eliminate much of the collected waste and energy that is manifested from the operations of the ship. And the base for such power is water. And for that is what the ship's design will tolerate in the atmosphere of the Earth. Here is an interesting aspect, my dear masters. Again, the design for the energy transformer area was researched long before the Starship design was completed, and is one of the best systems that is existing. What is happening there is they are converting the energy and the waste, they are converting the waste into a power source. What a beautiful form, right? And they say Earth has many unique features in its environment and energy sources. And one of these is that it is a water-based planet. It is a water-based planet. And many of the planets also claim this factor, but not every planet can find so much of flexibility in design based upon abundance of minerals and elements it contains. Wow. Look, masters, that these outer beings are seeing so much of abundance of minerals and the elements that earth is containing, and how much of um, like a blessing that we have to feel, that how we are living in this planet. And they say water is the essential form, and that is majorly for earth planet. So this is one of the important thing that we have to understand. We have all such sort of abundance of minerals. And they repeat once again that water is the basis for the energy conversion operation, because this is unique to your planet. Water is very unique to Mother Earth. So that is why even our bodies are equipped with water. We are all water bodies. So lots of respect and for everyone who nurtures, the water element and save water, and like it's an ultimate thing. Sometimes for me, birds are also falling short to pay the respect of how much we should be taking care of the Mother Earth. So thank you all. And yeah, and then there comes the sleeping quarters, and here they activate their dream state. It's not something just like us. For them, when they are activating a dream state, it is something that they want to really take some rest, and at the same time, with when they go for sleep, like during this state, they get reconnected to the higher existence, just like us. And they say during this sort of state, when they get connected to that such sort of higher existence, they receive lots of spiritual knowledge and guidance to continue on the path of light. So, my dear masters, this is the reason why sleep is equally important. When one goes to the deeper states of meditation, then for sure you are receiving lots of knowledge, and they say that 99% of the answers lies within us. So when we awaken, when we got awakened, we receive abundance and abundance of knowledge from the great central sun, from the entire cosmos. And this is what exactly they have been describing. So which completely says that no one is different. And it's not only Arcturians are going in the oneness consciousness. I feel that the entire universe is going in the oneness consciousness. And for that, they find it essential for several reasons. And the first reason is that this sort of reunion provides them with the balance necessary to continue on with their mission. It is very much easy for them, especially with the Earth's atmosphere, to get off balance, because here we have dual nature. And this is one of the highest thing that they have to reunion with themselves. In that state, they get connected with their wisest beings, with their elders. And the second reason that why they are also so involved in this activity is because the pursuit of the highest goals is ingrained in the Arcturian culture. And they have made a commitment to raising all vibrations on Arcturus, as they understand the importance of progression back to the great central sun. And third one is, as we have said, in the sleep state, they also communicate with the higher chambers and higher councils in the universe. And they mention this is their mission to activate all such sort of things for, that to remember, even if humans have been participated in such sort of higher councils. So in the dream state, they activate and they involve in the highest councils in the universe, and then they remember. And here they were mentioning Earthlings do not remember when we participate in such sort of higher councils. And that is why now they have been manifesting so that we remember and we remain in our path. So, and there's finally the ship's motivation chamber. With this, we will end today. And in the ship's motivational chamber, once again, though here as on earth we say, we would be referring this chamber as a school or training center, they do not call on this as a measurement to the content of what is learned, but instead they measure the energy effects that learning has on a subject, and consequently the effects with that being has on others as a result of its own increased frequency. And they mentioned when someone uses this ship's motivation chamber, the result is always positive. So this is the manifestation, my dear friends, how much manifestation they are putting in creating such sort of chambers in the Starship Athena, and then they were working towards us. So this is the oneness, and probably tomorrow we'll be seeing about the reunion quarters and the duty-free port. So there are quite a nice things to learn from these chambers. It is not only an understanding of why these chambers has been created for Arcturians, at the same time, how we also journey inwards in realizing our chambers. For example, in the first chamber of what we have learned is that being flexible, being adaptable. And in the second chamber, if we see, they have also mentioned of how we have to reunite ourselves. Sorry, in the first chamber, we have seen about the energy that flows in a circular form, and that we have seen about the importance of our posture. And in the second chamber is about the adaptability. And then the remembrance chamber is something that the cleansing process of negative energy that before entering into such sort of, so which means everything is like a temple. The place of where we stay is like a abode to us. So we have to cleanse ourselves. We have to also cleanse our physical body. And the fourth one is energy transformation storage and irretrieval area, where we have seen how much of abundance we have on this planet and how much of importance that we have to give for the water element. And then the sleeping quarters for us to understand of what is happening, and also to remember and to connect with the higher consciousness when we are in the sleep pattern. So that is why even when we meditate before our sleep, which also enhances the energy that even we do not remember, however, we keep working in the higher planes. So there are councils that is happening, there are meetings as well. So with this, with one example, I would like to conclude the session, masters. So I think in the year 2007, I guess. So during that time, we were in Tiruvannamalai. We were means like Patriji's program was there. So it's a Dhyana Mahachakram, like there is happening. So we all have been in Tiruvannamalai for the entire week, for the entire 10 days actually. And what has happened, one of the miracle that has happened is that, so as a person that I cannot wake up so early in the morning, and we all know that the program starts at, the early morning program starts at morning 5 o'clock. So for that, we have to wake up at 3 o'clock because the washrooms are completely busy. And I'm the person who wakes up in the last and get ready and go. So one of my aunt was speaking with me that, you know, you're the most late person who, like the person who wakes up very late. So we will see of what happens. And that day, I have challenged my aunt that, see, the next day, among all of you, I will be the first person to wake up. So after having lots of conversations in that night with many of the meditators, and then I went back to sleep. And what happened in the dream state is, I have clearly seen Patriji in the highest councils, and that he was giving directions to each and every person in which direction they have to go and how they have to work. And I was just standing far and observing how he has been sending, how he was working with each and every master astrally in the ethereal realms. And when he sent everybody back to their works, Patriji slowly turned towards me and came to me and said, "Now your time is over. You have to get back to your body." That's it. The moment I got back, I was awoke, and I'm the first person to wake up that day, masters. So why I'm telling this incident is that that was like a clear example for me that how the higher council meetings will be happening. So I was a witness there. So though we remember or not, those meetings were happening and a lot of work is happening there. And we are all involved as well. So trust this process, masters, and always go with utmost awareness to sleep. And there's so much of manifestation that every person has to do. So with this, I would like to conclude. Thanks a lot. And if anyone wants to share, you may please unmute yourself and go ahead. And this word I'm hearing for the first time as well, masters. Once again, this ship about the hyper propulsion system, they call their computer system as hyper propulsion system. So I will probably research and let you guys know on this part. Thanks a lot. Thank you so much, Balagaru. Yeah, that was one truly experience which I also spoke with Patriji, and he felt very much elated to see the way that I mentioned to him. Thank you. Yes, Seshank. Yeah.
So wonderful, Master Nilima. Wonderful. First of all, your experience with Patriji and explaining about the council meetings. It's a really great experience. And to listen about the ship Athena, yeah, I'm just imagining how it is, like I watched a lot of science fiction movies and science fiction series. So at least I can try to explain what hyper you said what
Hyper
hyper
propulsion system.
hyper propulsion system is exactly. So when we watch these all science fiction movies, most of the things actually in other source I found that all these great beings gave these ideas actually to the humans. And this I can somehow see the similarities now. And hyper propulsion is a concept again. Last time we spoke, right? This
Electromagnetic.
Einstein Rosen bridge and
Yes.
wormholes. Similarly, there is something concept called hyperspace. So to travel large distances in space, you again bend the space and time, and it forms like a tunnel. And at this, you will be even traveling very very fast, basically. So this is something called hyperspace travel, and there are several theories how can this be achieved. And but you will see these concepts explained in almost every science fiction movie. Like for people who wants to really visualize it, I would really recommend Star Trek. And yeah, there is something called Stargate. So many great science sci-fi, um yeah sci-fi series in space, they utilize this concept of hyperspace propulsion and all. And they also call it warp drive, and which means to bend space and time to travel in space. Yeah, to travel across galaxies. So yeah, it's a very wonderful concept even to think and visualize. But I mean, apart from the technology, I really liked how Arcturians were going into details. And thanks to you, you explained very well that on an energetic level, the cleaning must happen. And you really related that to the temples and also in our homes. um, yeah, across cultures also, like in India, to whenever you go out, you clean yourself kind of physically, and but what's important is also mentally and spiritually to clean the energies. So thank you so much for it. Yeah, every time you read and explain, it's a lot of content to take in. And about water also, there is a concept in physics. Actually, they don't know how the water element came to earth, and there is one theory that water came through a meteorite on earth. And that's how, like last time we discussed about water, I also discovered it several times that water is not even from this physical planet. It is a great being from outer space, and maybe that can explain why water records everything. Water is the source of life, right? So yeah, so there is so much to know about water, and it's great to hear from Arcturians how much we should respect what we have. So yeah, thank you so much.
And how much also they have been mentioning about the abundance of minerals that we have on planet Earth, Seshan.
Hmm.
And they were also mentioning, I think, I do not know if you are there or not, they were also mentioning one of the interesting aspect is that they have lots of crystals because these crystals are working as a power source for that starship. And these crystals do not even come from the planet that even the scientists have discovered. So, which was many light years, like across many light years, this planet is existing. And even on this Earth plane, that scientist itself has not yet been discovered such sort of planet, it seems. And from that planet, these crystals came, and they have been acting as a powerhouse for this starship.
Wow, wonderful, wonderful. I really love this stuff. Yeah, we are still searching. Again, our search is very narrowed. We are searching only in the electromagnetic radiation, and even beyond that, there is lot. We just call it the dark matter and dark energy. But unless we use our higher senses and realize that we are the cosmic beings, so several great scientists, researchers, they came to this conclusion. We as a humanity cannot discover more than what we are doing because we are only searching physically. That's why
Being finite. Yeah.
yeah, we are being very conservative in that way. Yeah, but it's very interesting to know that there is a certain kind of planet where these crystals are being kind of grown or used for energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can travel across space and time very easily. So, I mean, someone who is very high in the higher dimensions, they can control easily. So that's what explained also in Interstellar movie, right? And the fifth dimensional humans can control the space and time. That's how they will travel across different galaxies. So one thing I want to share is also where I read yeah, another channel material from Arcturians is that they clearly said all these Star Wars, Star Trek, all these are given as an ideas for these writers, so that humanity will also like know their cosmic presence. Yeah, so this is
Yes.
quite interesting.
Yeah, true, Seshank. I think in this book they have already mentioned, especially with the content creators, they channel such sort of minds, and then they transmit their energy to them through channeling. So that is how they have mentioned also when some people are able to document or create such sort of movies, their energies, knowingly or unknowingly, are always there. And I see that now it's truly like a resemblance as well, Seshan, because in these chambers, I think I read or not, I don't remember. Here they mention especially fourth dimension and the fifth dimension is only these dimensions, these two can transcend beyond the time and space. And now you're saying the same of what you have seen also from the movies. And it's truly like a synchronization, like let's say that they have been always working with us. And it's always like a proof. And also, coming back to your first thing that you have mentioned about this term called hyperspace, thanks a lot for coming forward and telling about these technologies and how they have been. So probably I'm just reading the book. However, you're the one who is explaining more about these sort of technologies. Thank you so much, Seshang, for being here and explaining all these concepts to us.
Thank you. I love sci-fi, so I'm very very passionate about this space travel and spaceships. So it really resonates with me. This book. So thank you for that.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thank you. Yes, Pavni Auntie, I have seen you raising your hand before. Would you like to share? Or
First of all, many congratulations. The sessions are going on so very well. And, excellently, you have become the medium to progress this wisdom. Thank you so much for that. Thank you to all who are present here and making the sessions so very wonderful with your presence. And today, what made me very excited is you spoke about adaptability, and um, you told that assessment is based upon the energy frequencies and how these energy frequencies are affecting the others, uh, their teammates and all. So that I felt very very interesting, because we always as uh, earthlings initially try to understand everything at the base level, physical level, and we think that this is only the reality, and we limit our infinite abilities and potentials because we are not at all understanding the energy science. But when we enter into spirituality, then we start and understanding the energy science, and the same thing they are already excelling in that, and they are sharing that wisdom with us. And what is primary is connecting to the energies and its frequencies and how they are affecting others. And in the same way, when we are meditating here, our frequencies and energies are affecting many 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 beings, and for that matter it is affecting whole of the earth planet and whole of the universes. So we are so very important beings and entities. Mother Earth says everybody is an entity in themselves. And what Sita Mata is also saying in messages from 40 masters is, and every meditator should become that master who transforms the energy into the physical form and create everything. So we should understand the subtleties, and suddenly there might be a shift in the energy, and the work strategy or the work mode gets changed. So that also we should get adapted. And this can only happen when we become calm and enjoy everything we do. That's what I understood. Thank you so much.
thank you. Thank you so much, Auntie. Actually, thanks a lot to you for also telling me the meaning of, adaptability as well, because that session was an eye opener for me for how to be more adaptable, more flexible, and keep going with the flow. So thanks a lot. Thank you so much. So yes, masters, quite a lot to learn from every being, every crystal, every person, every animal, from everything that exists in this universe. And let us admire of what we have on this planet Earth, and let us go forward together, my dear masters. Thank you all. With this, we'll end the session, and let us all connect back for tomorrow's morning session by Master Raksha. Thank you all. And stay tuned. Tomorrow, I will be explaining about my experience with Arcturians spaceship, which they have invited me. So that I have seen as a dream as well. And I will be explaining that tomorrow. Thank you all. So thank you all. And let us all connect back for tomorrow's morning session. Thank you, masters. Thank you.